Well, we are having this plant festival since the past 3 years. This is the fourth year we are having it. The main aim that our institution wants to have this is to create awareness among children, parents and society at large about the importance of conserving and preserving nature. If we nurture nature, nature will nurture us. In today's world, the environment is being destroyed at a very fast rate, and the best way to create awareness among our students, parents and the society is to create a love for nature, and that is plants. Plant a tree and we get more oxygen. It's like planting life because oxygen is free that nature has provided for us. There are many other benefits of conserving nature. It protects our environment, it preserves soil erosion, it protects our soil against erosion, it's habitat for wild animals and our beautiful birds, which we would like to preserve for our future generations. So it's my humble request that through our students and our parents and our society, I would like them to conserve and preserve nature and love the plants that God has given us. Thank you.
What are the things that are there in your exhibition?
We have a variety of plants, like for example medicinal plants, fruit trees, flowering plants like roses, hibiscus. We even have some wild varieties like palash. Then we have also like nutmeg, spices like cinnamon, a variety of different decorative plants, ornamental plants, which we have put up for exhibition here.
नमस्कार. आज मी तुम्हाला फुलझाडांची माहिती सांगणार आहे. पहिले झाड गुलाब. गुलाब हे एक सुवासिक आणि सुगंधी झाड आहे. आपण ज्याला इंग्रजीत रोज असे म्हणतो. गुलाब हे एक भक्ती, प्रेम आणि सौंदर्याचे प्रतीक मानले जाते. नंतर मी सांगणार आहे रातराणीची माहिती. रातराणीला आपण इंग्रजीत नाईट ब्लोमिंग ट्री असे नाईट ब्लोमिंग फ्लावर असे म्हणतो. रात्रीच्या वेळी चांगला सुगंध येतो, म्हणून तिला रातराणी असे म्हणतात. रातराणीचे सायंटिफिक नाव सेट्रम नायट्रम असे आहे. नंतर मी सांगणार आहे चाफ्याची माहिती. चाफा हे एक सुगंधी झाड आहे. चाफ्याचे अनेक प्रकार आहेत, जसे की पिवळा चाफा, नागचाफा, सोनचाफा, कवटी चाफा. चाफा आपण प्रत्येक सणात वापरतो. काही बायका चाफा केसात माळतात.
Namaskar. As a part of Plants Festival, we have set up a local stall to showcase Goa's rich and traditional produce. Visitors will find fresh betel nuts, trifala, coconuts and even our unique Goan ball, a delight local treat. These items are not only a part of heritage but also reminds us of sustainable living, where food is seasonal, local and close to nature. So we invite everyone to visit, taste and to take home a little bit of Goa's natural goodness. Thank you.
garden is to believe in tomorrow. A warm welcome to each one of you to the 4th Annual Plant Festival organized by the students, teachers and staff of Sant Xavier Vidyalaya, Korgao. I am Saisha Vengulekar along with my classmate Melita Fernandez, who will walk you through our exhibition. Moving ahead, we have medicinal plant that will add a healing touch to your life. Up next we have ornamental plants that you can add to your flowering collection and add a touch of grace to your home.
These beautiful flowers here are indoor flowers and ornamental that will make your home look prettier with their presence. Our main attraction, the techie photo booth that will help you to create memories of this year's plant festival. Click a pic over here and follow, search and tag us at #SXV. Not forgetting our local stalls here where you will find something to eat, buy and admire. So, here's a call to all the plant lovers to make your way to Sant Xavier Vidyalaya, Korgao Pen from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. on Saturday 16th of August and on Sunday 17th of August from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. See you there.
Good morning, Aviela. Good morning, Beyonce. You know, I recently came across an interesting quote. The best place to find God is in a garden.
Wow, that's a lovely quote. It reminds me of another one. To plant a garden is to believe in tomorrow. Welcome one and all to St. Xavier Vidyalaya's 4th Plant Festival on this cool August morning.
A very good morning to two special people who have been invited as the chief guest of today's function. Mr. Babli Bhaskar Naik, politician, social worker and contractor. And Mr. Sandeep Uttam Kepkar, owner of Blue Sea View Hotel and Shiv Krupa Guest House at Arambol, and also is a dedicated social worker.
A very good morning to the members of Dalgado Kokni Academy, Reverend Father Myron Pareto, Mr. Vinci Quadros, Mr. Celso Fernandez and Mr. Ankush Patikar.
Good morning to our manager, Reverend Father Dr. Clifford Castellino and his mistress, Ma'am Bernadette, other guests and each one of you gathered here. Our little friends from the primary have prepared a prayer song for this occasion. Let's hear them praise our Creator.
Without wasting too much time, let's get down to the business of cutting off the ribbon of declaration of the plant festival open.
I request Mr. Sandeep Uttam Kepkar to kindly inaugurate our plant festival. Thank you, Mr. Kepkar.
We next have the lighting of the lamp by our two chief guests, our manager, our headmistress, and Reverend Father Myron Barreto.
Thank you, friends. Aviela, what do we have next?
We have a manager, Reverend Father Dr. Clifford Castellino, delivering the inaugural address. Let's hear what he has to say.
Welcome to the 4th edition of Plant Festival. It's my privilege to address you on this special occasion. In a very special way, this year, the church has its theme as Pilgrims of Hope. And this is a very hopeful moment. And to have this movement inaugurated, we had Mr. Sandeep Kapkar, who cut the ribbon for us. We will have Babli Bhaskar Naik, who will join us shortly and will declare this occasion open. On this auspicious occasion, we will also have the 3 members from Dalgada Kokani Academy, Celso Fernandez, Myron Barreto, and Vinci Quadros, who will be the judges for the completion of story reading. We welcome them. They will be in our midst in a short while. We are delighted to have the presence of participating schools amidst us. We are grateful to your management and to you, dear students, for participating in this event so that we also inculcate the habit of reading. With this mobile, we very rarely go to books. So this is an attempt to once again get into touch with leisure literature. And we thank you for participating, dear students, in this competition. We will have later in our midst a guest speaker, Alvin Sequeira, who will be helping us understand about plant culture. We are very grateful to Joseph, with all the way come from Aldona to cover up this event. And all others, pressmen, who will join us and share this event on social media. The theme for this plant festival is, as you see on the board back, is roots of change, roots of hope, leaves of change. Roots are not seen, they are underground. But if that roots are been affected, changes will not come the way it is expected. If the roots are strong enough, healthy enough, changes are certain. Therefore, the roots are hope. And when the roots are strong, the fruits are always seen. A healthy plant comes from its roots, which is unseen. And in this whole concept of having the plant festival is to strengthen our roots. And the roots is love for creation. The root strengthening is the thanksgiving culture, attitude that God has given us this creation for our well-being. It is also the sense of responsibility towards the next generation. It is a idea that we are giving back what we have received and giving back in much a greater fold. There is joy in giving, but however, giving is painful. Sacrifices will build rich dividends, and that is all about roots. Healthy roots will come from there. And if we have these healthy roots, this event will not be just an event, but part of our life. This event will inculcate in us not only to plant trees, but to nurture them, care for them. This event will not be just another activity, but will bring about healthy environment where all of us and the next generation can have a meaningful living. Every year, these roots are strengthened by this plant festival event. And every year, we hope that the changes will be seen. It is interdependence that we are going to harbor in this plant festival. That we need the environment and the environment needs us. We are the only being among this environment who can consciously decide to care for. Others, the environment will only respond to how we behave towards them. And therefore, it is each one of us have to be responsible in giving to the environment what it needs to strengthen its roots so that we can see the change. May God be praised through all our efforts. All the very best to all the participants of the competitions that is going to be held. Let us work to be agents of change, roots of hope, leaves of change. God bless. Have a meaningful day ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, Father. The language of flowers is a language that charms the heart of people. Don't you think, Beyonce?
Definitely.
To our appreciation to our special inviters, we have a few of our students presenting them with potted plants. Moving on with our program, we have for you an interesting talk by our guest speaker, Mr. Alvin Sequeira.
Teacher Bridget, may I request you to formally introduce our guest speaker to the audience?
So it's my privilege to introduce today's guest speaker to you all. Mr. Alvin Sequeira seems to be the man of the moment, a friend of our Mother Nature, whom he loves to nurture. On the personal front, Mr. Sequeira stays in Miramar. His farm, located in Salvador da Mundo, is his personal lab, where he is constantly engaged in finding innovative ways to simplify garden routines for all, age no bar. He has been a sports enthusiast with a number of trophies to his credit. He also takes up comparing as a hobby. Mr. Sequeira has worked for 7-star resorts to develop their infrastructure and staff for efficient productivity. Though he was doing extremely well on the work front, he decided to shift away from a corporate life and took up a mission to make a difference to our environment, our Mother Earth. Our guest speaker absolutely loves biodiversity, self-sustainable living, and works hard to promote a greener world. He travels across Goa and neighboring states to carry out his mission of promoting plant and tree growth, composting, gardening, and irrigation. And he has been successful in his efforts. This is evident by the fact that he has been interviewed by the Navin Times just 15 days back. At times like these, when the world is reeling from the wounds inflicted on Mother Earth by us humans, we definitely need more people like Mr. Sequeira. We look forward to what you have to say.
While we are just getting a few things ready, I request Reverend Father Myron Barreto to declare our plant festival open.
A very good morning to the headmistress, teachers and my dear students. At this moment, I declare the plant festival open.
And I'd like to thank Teacher Bridget for that wonderful introduction. I never knew I was doing some of those things myself actually, but thank you, madam. So you're all present here for this plant festival. And I'm here to speak to you about plants. So I've been involved with agriculture, plants, biodiversity and the environment for about 10 years. And today what I want to do is to tell you the value that plants play in the environment, how they help us, humans, biodiversity, and what we need to do to encourage and promote plants in our environment. So can we have the next slide, please? So what is it that plants do for us? They are very simple things. Natural therapy, calming the mind. One of the most important things for us as human beings is we're always looking for ways to calm ourselves, and what better way than to be amongst greenery and plants. Plants also help to reduce temperature, makes the area cool. And very important for just about every, I'm going to call them social media influencer or anyone who's using a phone, to take a photograph. People love to take pictures in front of plants, greenery. And we should try as much as possible to grow as many plants as we can. Okay, the next slide, please. Plants clean and purify the air. Sometimes you hear the expression saying only particular plants purify the air. That's not true. All plants purify the air. All plants give out oxygen. Plants also help to prevent soil erosion, prevent landslides. And of course, plants help to conserve water. If we don't have trees, we won't get rain. And the more trees that we plant, we get plenty of rain. Even myself, as I was coming over here from Panjim, there wasn't any rain along the route. But once I reached Pennem, I found that it was raining so well. That is because you are blessed with having so many plants and trees around. Okay, the next slide, please. So what is it that plants and trees provide us? Fruits, vegetables, spices, things that we can eat. Plants are also used to create medicines. But apart from that, many plants which are found in nature can be used by themselves in their natural form. They are also used as alternatives for store-bought medicines, raw material for paper, biodegradable products. And look at that, plants, trees. It is a natural habitat for animals, for different types of fauna. And of course, plants provide us with shade, shelter. If we're driving along and we're on a scooter, it starts to rain, we look for a tree. But if we cut down those trees, what will we do? We'll be exposed to the sun. It's going to get pretty hot. It's not difficult to plant trees in concrete surroundings either. You can grow them in planters. Okay, the next slide please. So how easy is it to plant a tree? We are cutting them down. Whereas over here in this area, you are lucky to have plenty of plants and trees still around. You have to treasure them. But if you live in a concrete jungle, or if you live in a place where there aren't many plants and trees, what can you do? You can plant them yourself. And the steps you follow are very simple. Start with a seed, a sapling. Prepare something called a potting mix. Many of us are not even aware of how a potting mix works. But a potting mix is something that helps a plant to live. It is a medium for growth. Select a location for your planter, where you're going to keep it. The most important thing is when you have a new plant or a new tree, you need to look after it for 3 years. You can't just put it in the ground and leave it there. It's not going to look after itself. It's like a baby. We have to nurture it for 3 years. And only after 3 years will that plant or that tree be able to look after itself. Like how we as human beings cut our hair to keep it neat, to keep it tidy, plants need the same kind of treatment. We need to prune them. We need to prune their branches to keep them healthy. Plants also need certain things to live. They need food. What is that food? That food is called compost. They need soil, the earth. They need sunlight. And of course, the most important thing that they do need is water. Okay, can we change the slide? So plants and people, how does this work? How do plants help us? There's a process called photosynthesis, wherein plants give out oxygen and they take in carbon dioxide. Us, humans, animals, we give out carbon dioxide and we take in the oxygen that is given by the plants, and that is how we live. And if there is no oxygen, we are going to find it difficult to breathe. And when you are amongst plants, the air is so fresh. It is lovely to breathe that. Okay, the next slide please. So sometimes when we plant a tree, we don't know why trees fall. So the tree is made up of a trunk. It's got a canopy, a huge one. And we don't realize that the roots of the tree are the same size as the canopy. So when we are planting a tree, we need to give allowance for the canopy to expand and for the roots to grow. And that is the only way that the tree will grow healthy. It needs a lot of space. Don't confine, especially fruiting trees, to small areas, because they will not be able to grow healthy. Okay, the next slide please. Look at the comparison between plants and trees. The fingerprint of a human is almost similar to the cross section of a tree. And look at the tree structure, similar to that of a human as well. The roots are important to keep people firmly standing on the ground. It is highly important. So a tree needs roots, and we as humans require our feet. So the next slide please. Now if I go around speaking about plants and trees, I don't just speak, I do. And I've been doing this for the last 10 years. Why? Because I was told it couldn't be done. To grow trees, to grow plants, you are expected to be perhaps a gardener. You are expected to have some knowledge about planting. But personally, I can tell you, it is not required. As long as you have an interest, you can make it happen. You can grow your plants. You can grow your trees. Next slide, please. So in the year 2014, I started with a barren piece of land. It was terrible. I had no clue what I was supposed to do. How to make things happen. How to remove all that weedy growth. I come from an oil and gas background. I've been working abroad for years. I don't know about trees. I don't know about plants. I didn't know that tomatoes came from the ground. But you can learn. As long as you have some interest. So in 2014, this is how the land looked. It took me nearly 3 years to clear it by myself, with my hands. No machines, no JCB, no workers, no gardeners, nobody, just one human being. So by 2016, I had cleared off most of the land and it looked nice. It looked okay. It looked acceptable to me. Next slide. The following year, the land started looking a little better, like a playground. It was all covered in brown. Not a plant in sight. There was only a couple of trees which my father had planted around 60 years ago. But I needed to learn how to plant those trees. So I decided, without spending any money, to try and do this by myself. So I call it the refugee garden. Why refugee? Refugee means that all the plants that went into the garden were discarded ones. What people had thrown out. What gardeners would prune and discard outside their walls. I would collect seeds, cashew, mango, star fruit. I would collect all these seeds and I would see and I would check how to grow them. And let me tell you, it is one of the most easiest things to do. These are things that we learn in school. How to germinate a seed, how to propagate a plant. So once I started collecting things together, again without spending a single penny, by the year 22, there was greenery everywhere. It took 5 years, and thanks to COVID, I was able to do a lot more. I kept planting because it's easy to take down plants, to remove plants, but to grow plants takes a long time. Plants are great for the health, for your well-being, to make you feel nice. 2 years later, the greenery started to increase. I introduced water bodies, man-made. No investment, zero investment, without spending a single rupee other than the fuel I used to reach the farm. By 2024, this is how the place looked. It became a paradise. There were birds, there were bees, there were butterflies. The media heard about it. Newspapers, TV, they came to see how this could all be possible without any investment. And I always say, if I can do it, anyone can. Because plants make us feel nice. So earlier this year, many more flowers started to appear. It took around 4 years for all the fruiting trees to start fruiting. Many of them took time. Many of the flowering plants took time to flower. But it happened. So in 2014, when I initially started having absolutely no knowledge whatsoever, to 2025, 11 years later, it is a paradise. It is a place that I can go to and I can feel good. And it has not stopped. I continue. I keep on planting more and more. I am a beekeeper also because we require bees for plants. Unless we have an entire biodiversity promoting plant growth, plants cannot survive. So whether it is bees, whether it is butterflies, whether it is water, water is also extremely important. So this is what I managed to create. Simple plants. I am not doing anything exotic. However, there are 52 varieties of fruiting trees on the land now. So which means I no longer buy fruits from the market. Whether it is bananas, dragon fruit, papaya, custard apple, velvet apple. Some people have not even heard of some of these fruits. And what I'm doing is I'm collecting seeds of fruiting trees we used to have in the past. Zogma, for example. I've got that also growing. Because one fine day, we will not have any of these. And unless you play your part in growing trees, whether it is in a planter, whether it is in the ground, you will not realize the benefit. But you all are present here today listening to me. And I'm glad that you all have heard what I've had to say. So my dear students, please take an effort. This plant festival here is to promote plants. Keep it at the back of your mind always that greenery must stay alive and we have to keep it alive. Okay, so thank you very much. It's been very nice. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sequeira. That talk was so informative and interesting. Aviala, don't you think Mr. Sequeira deserves something special?
I think so.
Here comes Sister Ida with her poem specially dedicated to Mr. Sequeira.
Happiness held is the seed, happiness shared is the flower. On the very first counter, we have saplings that will add beauty to your garden and yield fresh fruits for a brighter tomorrow.
Sometimes I wish trees could express the anguish they feel when they are recklessly cut down by us.
Trees may not be able to do so, but we humans can surely do that. Here comes Evlad with his monologue on trees.
हाय सायबा हांव सोपण्यात आलो सो दिसता म्हाका दिसलें तो खऱ्यांनीच कुराड घेवन म्हजे कुडके करतलो म्हणून आसूं तें सोडात तुमी जाणात हांव म्हजे फॅमिलीक आनी शेजार सामिऱ्यांक घेवन ह्या दोंगरार रावतां शेगड्यान शेगडे पळयले हांवें पूण तुमकां कितें सांगू कितें दीस आयले आतां ते झाडां कापतात दोंगर कातायतात हें पळोवन म्हाका सामकीच भिरांत दिसता म्हाका दिसता म्हजो वेळ आयलो काय कितें म्हणून वचपाचो हे भिरांतेन म्हाका रातची सोपणां पडटा पूण सोपणान म्हाका दिसता हांव धांवता आनी आड्डी घालता म्हणून पूण खऱ्यांनी म्हाका कांयच करूंक मेळना. म्हाका होगेपणान मार घेवचो पडटा. आमची जाणटेली आमकां सांगताली आमकां भिवपाची कांयच गरज ना म्हणून. सरकार झाडां कापपाक परवानगीच दिना. आमची जाणटेली आमकां सांगताली आमकां भिवपाची कांयच गरज ना म्हणून. आमी दोंगरार रावता आनी दोंगर कापपाक सरकार परवानगीच दिना. पूण तुमकां कितें सांगू, आतांच्या लोकांक पयशा खातीर कितेंय करूंक शकतात. ते दोंगरार सावन दर्या लेगीत विकून काबार करूंक शकतात. आमची जाणटेली आमकां सांगताली मनीस बरो तो आमचे कडल्यान काटयां, वखदी पानां आनी आमच्यो साली लेगीत व्हरतात. तो आमचे सावळेक बसून विसव घेता. आमी दिता ते प्राणवायेन घेवन ते जियेतात. जर आमी मनशाक इतले उपयोगी तर ते आमचो नश्ट कित्याक करतात. आमकां मनीस कांयच गरजेचे ना, पूण तरी आमी तांकां मानान पळयता. पूण ते आमकां इतलो त्रास कित्याक दितात तुमी म्हाका सांगशात? आसूं, हांव आनी कोणाक विचारता, तुमी बी मनशात न्हय. आयज दुडवा फाटल्यान लोक पिसो जाला, तांकां बरें वायट कांयच कळना. आदल्यांनी आमकां भाटां पेसां दवरलेलीं ती आमी सगळीं काबार केली आनी आमचे फुडले पिळगेक कांयच दवरूंक ना. काल एक म्हातारी आमच्या भाटांत आशणेची पालां सोदपाक आयिल्ली, पूण तिका कोण सांगतलो. आशणेची पालाची भाटां आहली आमी सगळीं विकून काबार करून तिका व्हडले विला बांदल्यात. तिणें खूब वेळ सोदले मात तिका कांयच मेळूंक ना. कोण जाणा आतां खंयच्यान सोदतली ती. सगळे जाण म्हणटात आमी कितें करपाचें, सरकार निर्णय घेता आनी आमी तातूंत कांयच करूंक शकना. हांगाच आमचें चुकता. जर एकल्यान जागृत रावन आपल्या पर्यावरणाची जबाबदारी घेवंक जाय, जाता ते बरे पंचायतीन वचून चवकशी करूंक जाय. अशें केल्यार सगळे जाग्यार पडटले. आयज तुमी ह्या प्लांट फेस्टिवलाक आयल्यात, एक झाड बसून घेतल्यार चलता, झाडां लायल्यार तुमकांच बऱ्याक पडटलें. तर तुमी झाडां व्हरात आनी लायात आनी ताची राखण करात, क्योंकि कल हो ना हो.
Beyonce, do you know the new boy Kaivalya?
The one who is good at playing the harmonium?
Exactly. Kaivalya has challenged Yash from Standard 8 for her Jugalbandi.
Oh, that will be interesting. Let's watch. यश आणि कैवल्य.
All those participants who have won a prize are requested to go to Sister Ida, who is sitting over there at the entrance, okay? Just for a little while.
And last but definitely not the least, I request Sir Lector to propose the vote of thanks.
Before I start proposing the vote of thanks, it's in a person planted two trees were planted by a person. One was given attention and taken care of, but the other tree wasn't given much attention. And the tree that was given attention grew up faster and healthier and started bearing fruits. My dear students, you all are like trees. And we, the schools, the institutions that are nurturing you. And these trees also needs some attention, some communication, okay? So now we are going to give a special clap to all the participating schools, for all the participants. The clap is called a tree clap, okay? So it will go like this. First you will tap your right leg, just tap it. 1, 2, 3, the left leg. And then we'll do like this. And then clap, okay? So here we go. Tree clap, go. Right leg. 1, 2, claps, go. One more time. Three claps, go. Claps, go. Okay, that's better. Plant a tree, get oxygen free. Plants are the gifts of God. Without them, it is difficult for us to survive. Firstly, I would like to thank God for the gift of this beautiful planet Earth. At the very onset, on behalf of the management of St. Xavier Vidyalaya, I would like to thank our chief guests, Mr. Babli Bhaskar Naik and Mr. Sandeep Uttam Kerkar. Special thanks to the members of Dalgado Konkani Academy. Students, maintain silence. Keep quiet. Special thanks to the members of Dalgado Konkani Academy, Reverend Father Myron Barreto, Mr. Vinci Quadras, Mr. Celso Fernandez, and Mr. Ankush Patekar. A special thanks to our media person, Mr. Joseph from News Matters. I would like to thank our manager, Dr. Reverend Father Clifford Castellino, our headmistress, Madam Bernadette. I would also like to thank all the teaching and non-teaching staffs and all the students and their parents. Our teachers and students have worked very hard for making this day a grand success. Thank you so much. A heartfelt thanks to the students and teachers of the different schools participating in this Grand Plan Festival. Would like to thank their heads. Would like to thank the heads of the respective participating schools. The participating schools were Our Lady of Mount Carmel High School, Arambol, St. Joseph High School, Pernem, Sacred Heart of Jesus High School, Anjuna, New English High School, Kerim, Our Lady of Rosary High School, Mandrem, and our own school, St. Xavier Vidyalaya, Korgao. A very special thanks to our special guest speaker, Mr. Alvin Sequeira, for delivering an informative session and highlighting the importance of plants in our environment. Now, I would like to invite Teacher Girija Parsikar to thank the donors who have helped us.
शाळेच्यो मुख्याध्यापिका, शाळेचे मॅनेजर आणि कोंकणी अकादेमीचे प्रेसिडेंट, तशेंच हांगा आशिल्ली मांद्रे रोजरी हायस्कुलाची हेडमिस्ट्रेस, मिडिया पर्सन आणि बाकीचे हेर मानेस्त, तशेंच आयचे गेस्ट स्पीकर आनी म्हज्या मोगा भुरग्यांनो, हो इव्हेंट आमकां मुखार व्हरपाक आनी हो इव्हेंट आमकां सक्सेसफूल करपाक, हे प्लांट फेस्टिवल जायत्या मनशांनी उदार मनान आनी उदार हातान आमकां डोनेशन्स दिल्ले आसा, दान दिल्ले आसा, तांची नांवां हांव वाचून दाखयता. श्री संदीप केपकर 15,000, श्री बाबली नायक 10,000, श्री धीरज मयेकर वास्को 10,000, विलियम फर्नांडीस 5,000, हितचिंतक म्हणजे वेल विशर 10,000, मिसेस पेपर फर्नांडीस 5,000, लक्ष्मण शेडगावकर 1,000, प्रदीप नानोस्कर 1,000, श्री सद्गुरू नायक हो साईबा ₹1,000, मैडम बनाडेट ₹1,000, मिसेस कार्मेलिना पिंटो ₹500, श्री विराज दावस्कर ₹2,000 and श्री आशिष मांद्रेकर ₹200. या सगळ्यांनी उदार हस्तान आमकां ह्या प्लांट फेस्टिवलाक व्हडली मदत केल्ली आसा. मनांतल्यान शाळेच्या वतीन तांकां देव बरें करूं म्हणटा. तशेंच आयची ही कार्यावळ खरी सोप आनी रूप हाडले ते आमच्या दालगाद कोंकणी अकादेमीन. सो आनी दर वर्सा दालगाद कोंकणी अकादेमी आमकां सदांच वयर काडटा आमच्या शाळेक. तेन्ना त्या दालगाद कोंकणी अकादेमीचे जे वांगडी आसात, प्रेसिडेंट आसात, हांकां सगळे गिरिजा पार्सेकर आपल्या स्कुलाच्या वतीन देव बरें करूं म्हणटा. अ बिग थँक्यू टू देम.
And a special thanks to Teacher Girija, the in charge of this Plants Festival, Teacher Girija, Teacher Reena and Teacher Purvan, for all the teachers. Okay? For the Algada Konkani Academy, we'll give a special clap. It's called the rain clap. So students, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you.
सगळ्यांक देव बरो दीस दिवं. इश्टानो, आयज हे प्लांट फेस्टिवल जे आसा ते आयज आमच्या स्कुलान ऑर्गनायज केल्ले आसा. सान शावियर स्कूल, मायना, कोरगांव, पेर्नेम, गोवा. हांगासर हे दर वर्सा प्रमाण हे 4थें वर्स आनी 4थें वर्स सुद्दां आमचे त्याच उमेदीन आमी हे प्लांट फेस्टिवल मनयतात. आनी आतां तुमी पळयतात की सकाळच्यान हांगासर एक वेगळेंच वातावरण निर्मिती जाल्ली आसा. आनी ही वातावरण निर्मिती जाल्ली आसा ही ह्या फकत झाडां खातीर जाल्ली आसा. आनी हे आमचे जे ट्रेडिशनल जे प्लांट फेस्टिवल आसा हे आतां ट्रेडिशनल जाल्ले आसा, पारंपारीक जाल्ले आसा. हे प्लांट फेस्टिवल आयज आशिल्लो तो आयज सकाळच्यान इनॉग्रल फंक्शन आमचे जाल्ले आसा, उद्घाटन जाल्ले आसा. विंगड हातूंचे मान्यवर हांगा आयिल्ले आसा. हातून म्हणजे विंगड संस्थांतले मान्यवर हांगा आसात. तांणी हाजें सगळें उक्तावण केल्लें आसा, तांणी पळयल्लें आसा आनी तांणी जायती वाखाणणी ह्या फेस्टिवलाची केल्ली आसा. हांगासर फकत प्लांट्सूच ना तर मेडिसिनल प्लांट्स आनी ट्रेडिशनल प्लांट्स जे आतां लोक पाविल्ले आसा म्हणजे काबार जायत आयिल्ले आसा ते प्लांट्स पासून हांगा भुरग्यांनी हाडून दवरिल्ले आसात लोकां खातीर पळोवपा खातीर आनी भुरग्यांक शिकपा खातीर अशें हे प्लांट फेस्टिवल जे आसा म्हाका दिसता आमच्या गोंयांत हे प्लांट फेस्टिवल हे एसएफएक्सान जातात पण तेच भशेन हे पेडणे म्हालात ग्रामीण भागांत हे प्लांट फेस्टिवल हे आसा ते फक्त सांत शावियर विद्यालयानूच घडोवन हाडटात आनी घडटा तशेंच हांगासर त्या निमतान आमी वेगवेगळे स्टॉल्स हांगा लायिल्ले आसा थोडीं जी झाडां आसात ती झाडां आमची हाजी मेडिसिनल आसात थोडीं जी झाडां आसात ती लोक पाविल्ले म्हणटा पळय तशी फॉर एग्जाम्पल आमचे कडेन पळस आसा मेडिसिनल प्लांट्स आसा तशेंच लोकल आयटम्स हांगा विक्रेक दवरिल्ले आसा हे सगळे जे आसा हे सगळे ह्या लोकल ह्या ग्रामीण भागांतल्यान आयिल्ले आसा आनी अशें हे प्लांट फेस्टिवल आमी दर वर्सा आमी मनयतात आनी ह्या वर्सा ते आनी सकाळच्यान लोकांची रांग लागिल्ली आसा पळयतात लोक हांगा येतात एप्रिशिएट करतात आनी सकाळच्यान विक्री चालू आसा आमची तेन्ना तुमकां जर कोणाकय ह्या प्लांट फेस्टिवलान आमच्या सहभागी जावपाचें आसा तर जाता तितले बेगीन बेगीन येयात ह्या प्लांट फेस्टिवलाक विजीट करात पळयात तुमच्या नदरेन आनी तुमच्या हातांनी ही झाडां जी आसात ती तुमी फ्लावरींग प्लांट्स आसात मेडिसिनल प्लांट्स आसात जे आतां इन डेंजरान आसात कांय झाडां आसात ती हांगा आसात ती तुमी विकती घेयात पळयात आनी आमकां तुमचो सहभाग दियात जाता तितल्या चडांत चड बेगीन येयात कित्याक आयज आसा ते फाल्यां नासतले तेन्ना पयले सुवातेचेर पयले फर्स्ट कम फर्स्ट सर्व ह्या बेसाचेर तुमी येयात कित्याक ही संदी तुमकां परतून फुडल्या वर्सा मेळटली ह्या वर्सा मेळत अशी दिसता 2 दीस ह्या प्लांट फेस्टिवल चालू आसा आयचो दीस आनी फाल्यां सुटयेचो दीस आसा आयतार हांगासर विजीट करून हांगासर येवन तुमी तुमचो दीस जो आसा आयतार देवाचो दीस तो तुमी बरे तरेन बऱ्या कार्या खातीर तुमी स्पेंड करचो अशी तुमकां नम्र विनंती हांव गिरिजा पार्सेकर तुमच्या सगळ्यांक माये मोगाचो नमस्कार करता आनी ह्या प्लांट फेस्टिवलाक तुमकां सगळ्यांक होल हार्टेड काळजांत हांव तुमकां येवकार दिता प्लीज वेलकम सुस्वागतम सुस्वागतम सुस्वागतम
Thank you all of you for joining us in this exhibition. God bless you all. Thank you once again.